Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Wednesday, which means it's brand new comic book day. New comics are hitting the shelves all across the world. Digitally, physically, it's like the best day of the week because it's new comic book day. DC Comics has hooked us up with this new first issue of this limited series, perfectly timed to be a little bit ahead of the new Black Lightning television series that's going to be coming out. This is Black Lightning, Cold Dead Hands. Now, what's really neat for this series is that it is being written by Black Lightning's, one of his creators, Tony Isabella. Trevor Von Eden, I believe is his last name, Trevor Von Eden is the other creator who is not part of this. Yep, Trevor Von Eden. I got it right. Haha. Is not part of this, unfortunately. But Tony, who's one of the co-creators, is. So it's kind of neat to bring him back to kind of celebrate this character who's going to get a hell of a push in next year or so. Now, I'll admit, I do not know a whole lot about Black Lightning, other than, for some reason, a lot of black characters have lightning powers. And he was DC's first black superhero. So that's about what I got. I can't say I've read, I think, any of his comics in the past that I know of, and barely know the character from past DC Comics. Wasn't a huge DC Comics fan until the last few years, so this is all pretty new to me. First issue, I loved this. Absolutely love this first issue. Partially because it takes place in Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. I was born there, so it's got a nice place in my heart to see a superhero in Cleveland. But beyond the selfish reasonings, this issue feels like the series is really doing well with adapting real-world issues and headlines and talking about it in a socially conscious way. Tony Isabella basically takes issues like Black Lives Matter, police abuse, the concept of a black man having superpowers, and puts them all throughout the comic. It's not beat over your head trying to get it in there about these issues. Instead, it's done in a way that, it's a sentence here, it's a scene there. It's subtly and intelligently and very intelligently done in a way that is interesting and engaging. And the fact that it's in Cleveland, which has had a horrific history within the last few years, and really going back many, many years, but especially the last few years, of their, killing unarmed black civilians for no reason whatsoever other than racism, horribly trained, list goes on. And I don't know if it was purposely set in the city because of that, but it really feels like there's just intelligent decisions being made to respectfully take on some of these issues and bring them to the forefront. While I don't know if we'll hear specific names of some of the people murdered by police, it definitely, this issue basically sets up police versus a black superhero, an African-American superhero, and the idea of police brutality and use of force and white supremacism and a lot of those issues going on, just the entrenched power. It's interesting. It's really interesting, and it goes beyond just black and white skin color in this issue. There's also touches upon gender. There's one scene in particular where one of the characters who's a woman, female cop in charge, has to basically put a subordinate in place and chastise them for giving some lip and mouthing off. So to see all that done in a narrative without being preachy and without kind of beating you over your head about it is fascinating, interesting, and I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is a comic that is smartly done and shows how to do socio-political comics in a way that are also entertaining and might get the message across without people realizing they're being talked to about these issues. So kudos to Tony Isabella for that. The art on this is not the co-creator of it. Instead, it is handled by Clayton Henry with Pete Pantanzis. It's colorist Josh Reed letterer, with a cover by Clayton Henry with Tomeo Mori. There's some also alternate covers. The art I dig. I kind of dig the style. It's it's not too flashy. It's nothing amazing to the point where you're like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing as far as art. But the art is it's good. It's really, really good. It's entertaining. I don't want to call it safe because it sounds like this is the wrong word, but it kind of has that house style a little bit. it's really good. It's got the action down really well. There's kind of quieter, touching moments that I think it covers well. Overall, like, you can't tell, I'm impressed by this comic. This is one I think flew under the radar for me, and blown away by it. I think it is absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I think this is exactly what comics should be doing. Comics are supposed to be political, are supposed to be talking about societal issues. That's what they started as. And this continues that tradition close to actually over 100 years later from those first comics that have come out that, you know, really kind of launched everything. So kudos to everyone behind this. Kudos to DC for putting this out. If you want your own copy, it is in comic shops today. You should go to your local comic book shop, support them first and foremost. There's a link beneath this video. You put in your zip code and it'll see if a shop's near you. If there's no shop near you, we've got some affiliate links, and they're, of course, they're affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that, but you help support our site by doing that. I want to thank DC Comics for hooking us up with this copy. Thanks, as always, for supporting us, and thank you for watching and supporting us. You know, your views are much appreciated. If you're into DC Comics, Black Lightning, comics in general, you should check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.